And now the opening lineup for Boston. Brown, the small forward, with Tatum holding down the 4 spot. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Marcus Smart. And it's Horford in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Los Angeles, Kennard is out there with Jackson. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Morris in at the power forward. And in this one, Brent, terrific talent on both sides. Everyone getting their popcorn ready.
Yeah, lots of people tuning into this one, Kevin. And, regular season games, there's always talk about, it's another game. This is not another game. This is prime time.
Tip-off goes to the Clippers. Now Jackson. The pass to Ibaka. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
To the paint, here's Horford, and a dunk by Horford.
Pretty strong and physical that time from Al Horford on the inside.
Now, here is George. Over Brown. And it's off the back rim, no good.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
Schroeder dishes to Brown. Schroeder outside, 5 to shoot. Some solid defense from Ibaka.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
George against Brown. Back to Jackson. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a pass available there for Paul George, but he spots that small crease, he fires the ball through it, and he gets it to his open man.
Now here's Schroeder. And here's Smart.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
And you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Now here's Jackson. Marcus Smart missing that last shot. And the rejection by Tatum. And here's Brown outside, sinks the triple.
Great to see Brown drop that perimeter jumper, showing off his terrific stroke from beyond the arc.
Jackson passes to Ibaka. Inside, and it's George finishing it off.
Great timing there. Paul George rising up, collecting the ball, and throwing it down.
Schroeder with the ball. Outside Tatum. The 3. Smart misses. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. It's Jackson with the drive, and here's Morris for 3. Rebounded by Smart. And it's Smart with the ball for the Boston Celtics. Feeds it to Tatum. It's stolen by Morris. George looking over the floor. Fires the 3. The shot missing. It's all tied here in Los Angeles. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, the coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
George has gotten just 1 of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. On the floor for Boston, we've got Williams, also Enes Kanter out there, and it's Richardson in at the 2. Kanter inside, guarded by Bledsoe. Lock at 6. Here's Pritchard. Sinks the 3-pointer. Pritchard's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for Boston.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
It'll go. The Boston lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Johnson. Here's Pritchard. Pass to Canner. Richardson outside. Now Hernan Gomez. Passes it to Williams. Shoots over Batum. And that one goes long.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent, but 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. Good on the second free throw.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Now here's Richardson. He's still scoreless so far in this one, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And the first one drops.
And Josh Richardson continuing to develop his overall game, has such good height at the 2-guard spot.
Justice Winslow, he's checked in for Eric Bledsoe.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
The Clippers trail. Pass to Zubac. 1:31 left now here in the second. Winslow, the pass to Mann. Pulls up on the elbow. And Boston with the rebound. Down low. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Nicholas Batum.
Boy, he is a behemoth in the paint. Once Williams establishes himself, you almost have to foul it.
The Celtics shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
First one falls for him.
And on top of the talent, the physical ability, Williams, just a coachable kid and really picks things up quickly.
And Williams drops them both.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
1:11 left to play here in the half. Clippers trail by 4. Outside, George. And the pass to Winslow. Back to George. Lays it up and banks it in.
Winslow out there surveying and finds the open man.
Now here's Schroeder. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
It's his first trip to the line. It's good from Schroeder.
The potential Schroeder has is pretty exciting. Such a lightning quick point guard.
Al Horford's checked in for Boston. Schroeder hits them both. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles, trailing by 4. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. The shot will not fall. Great D that time from Tatum. Jackson's gone 1 of 3 on the night. Tatum kicks it over to Schroeder. It's Brown on the wing. Schroeder against Jackson. Now here's Schroeder. He's covered closely. Good work defensively by Ibaka. Outside, George. He gets it in there. George has got 6.
He just exudes a love of the game, guys. You can see it in everything he does. This guy lives and breathes the game.
The 3 from Tatum. And that one released in time, but no good. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Celtics lead by 2. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here, welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. That guy right there is Shaquille. Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. The period wrapped up with the teams on level ground and the score tied. And by just a fraction, they got the better of the action in the second quarter. And taking a look at the Celtics, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, it's never easy to go on the road in the NBA, no matter what the matchup is. But I think they like playing the role of the villain. Their effort has been fantastic, and they've done all that they can do to keep this crowd quiet.
And over to Shaq. Now your take on the Clippers.
I think they let the game come to them.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Paul George really making a difference here.
There is no stopping him, and you can't even contain him at this point. He is that talented.
Yeah, I don't know if you have enough game plans to slow him down. How do you guard a guy that good?
The Celtics with the lead. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Paul George, Luke Kennard out there with Jackson, and it's Marcus Morris, and it's Ibaka in at the center, locking down the middle. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids, you're right. Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the Mobile One block.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Boston on D. A 2-point game. Jackson down low. He's guarded by Schroeder, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
And how about the confidence right now from Jackson? Not bashful at attacking and drawing attention from there.
For Los Angeles, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. That's good from Jackson. The Celtics making a switch here. Jackson hits both of them.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
Pritchard passes to Tatum. Richardson gets a wide open look. A three-pointer off the mark. The Clippers shooting here about 46% for the game. Here's George. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
Williams with the ball. George picks him up. Williams passes to Pritchard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Brown. And no good. George with the defensive effort. Outside Jackson. Looking for George. He gets it there.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Pritchard passes to Richardson. Williams. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man, and he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
Jackson looking around. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Clippers lead by 2.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Pritchard passes to Williams. Tipped away. Stolen by Jackson. And Tatum pulls it down. Tatum's got 4 rebounds in this game. Cranes the jumper to finish the break. Tatum's got it all tied up now for the Celtics.
How about the speed with which Tatum gets down the court? Awesome at reading the defense and then exploiting the opportunity in the open floor.
And George kicks to Zubac. Jackson has the open look, and it's good off the back rim and in. Jackson's got the lead, back up to 2 now for Los Angeles. And here is Tatum. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Clippers ahead. They lead by a bucket. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Los Angeles Clippers. The lead is 2 on the court for the Celtics. They've got Enes Kanter. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Smart. Then there's Horford. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 3, the small forward.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
Smart dishes to Schroeder. A wide open shot from Hernan Gomez. And the 3 off target. Los Angeles leading by 4. Shots good by Kennard.
Again, floor vision from Eric Bledsoe makes dishing that basketball look easy.
Boston shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. Here's Schroeder. Johnson with the block. Bledsoe outside. Kennard's shot is off. Celtics trail by 6.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Pass to Horford. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. 6 points for Horford.
Can't afford these defensive breakdowns, especially down the stretch.
Breakdowns like this are only going to hurt you moving forward and late in the game. Establish some trust and make the defense come together.
Ibaka, the pass to Bledsoe. Offline with his 3. Celtics have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Here's Smart. Those three-pointers off the mark. Clippers leading by 4. Kennard on the wing. Pass to Morris. Smart against Bledsoe. Here's Morris. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, and that's some physical defense against Morris, who attacks with one of his many moves. And we'll just see what he does here at the line.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. A different look for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Paul George comes in for Eric Bledsoe. And it's Jackson in for Johnson. And then for Boston, Jason Tatum. He's checked in for Cantor. And it's Brown in for Juan Hernangomez. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
Some padding here on the free throw line. Some good work.
Tatum with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Pass to Brown. That shot is off. Good work defensively by Morris. Outside, George. Brown with it.
Can't waste any time here.
Well, it's probably a little bit too late here, but you really need to score a bucket here to stay alive.
And some of what Smart gives this team doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, but he makes plays that help you win.
He gets the first, and that brings them within 5. And he is unable to get the second one. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Taking 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game. Now a timeout called by Boston. They're trailing by 7. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And a little late to implement a plan B. This game is a wrap.
Well, I'm going to use the cliche here. You can't take your timeouts with you, so they're going to use it.
And now let's present our New Balance player of the game, Reggie Jackson.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
He doesn't take over games like this very much, but it's always possible. And when he does, here at home, these fans love it. Bledsoe looking it over. So the Clippers with the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up for Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. And we'll see you next time.